Sorry.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the August 18th, 2025 meeting of the Litchfield Capital Improvement Committee. Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So why don't we go around the room, Matt? I'm going to start with you, and we'll go this way.
Sure. Matt Alpin, Conservation Commission Chair.
Brian Burke, Budget Committee Rep.
Kim Kleiner, Town Administrator. Kimberly Queenan, Selectmen's Rep.
Michael Croto, Planning Board.
Pete Stone, Citizen Rep.
And Riley, Library Director.
Peter Plansky, School Board Rep.
Brian O'Connell, School Superintendent.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Oh, and of course, Matt, our minute taker, is here as well. You can say if you want to. So the first item on the agenda is public input. This is the first of two public inputs tonight. Any members of the public have anything they wish to say in public for public input? Seeing nobody, I will close public input and go to the approval of the minutes from August 4th, 2025. Did everybody have an opportunity to take a look at those? Have any questions, concerns?
I had one
Okay.
correction.
Yep.
They have somebody listed a ladder truck. We need to put a Quint in here because they're very different and the price is going to be drastically different. So just for that clarification, we need to change that.
Okay.
It's on page 7, fourth paragraph from the bottom,
All right.
just before 75 or 100-foot ladder truck. Needs to be Quint.
So what did you want it to say instead?
Quint, Q-U-I-N-T.
Oh, well, that's 75 or 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
I didn't see anything else jump out.
All right. There's nothing else. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes for August 4th, 2025.
I'll motion.
I have a motion by Pete. Do I have a second?
So, oh, did you say second?
Nope.
Oh,
You made the motion.
Oh, okay.
It's from his two.
Okay.
Left.
I'll
There were
second.
two seconds. All right, motion second by Ms. Queenan. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of the approval of the minutes of August 4th, 2025, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Anybody abstained?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 3-0-1. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to move to item D on the agenda this evening, Town 2026 capital requests. We have two groups here this evening. We have a person from the Aaron Cutler Memorial Library here with us this evening and someone from the Litchfield Conservation Commission. So I guess we'll start with the folks from the library. You want to introduce yourself to the board? And
So my name's Ann Eiley. I took over for Vicki, who retired. So I've only been here since April. I'm stumbling my way through all these new things.
Mhm.
So the request we have is funding for repairs to the roof. It has a slate roof, and not many people maintain slate roofs anymore. We have an estimate to do all the repairs and to maintain the roof for the following 5 years. We're requesting $300,000.
Okay.
And I have the estimate
Mhm.
that I can give.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, we apologize. So, Ann has been working on this right along,
Oh,
and we spoke earlier today So she can get it to me and I can get it loaded. She
Oh,
can
okay,
load
so
it
it's not in
we
the,
have
it's
it.
not in the
It's
portal.
not in
Okay,
your
I'm sorry.
portal. She was
I'm looking at it too, where's it,
working
I
on it
don't see
today.
it in there.
Yeah, all right. Okay, that's what I was.
We'll replace the roof with the same material that's there now.
This quote is for repairs to the slate roof and flashing and I am not technical, but the estimate goes through and has pictures of all the different things that they saw about the roof. And then it would also be for to maintenance contract for 5 years.
Have you considered just tearing that roof off, replacing with either a metal roof or asphalt roof?
We would, no, we could.
Well, I
It's,
thought when it was donated to the town, but a couple memorial.
we're checking with a lawyer because the will says that it had to be constructed with brick and slate. So we are asking the lawyer to determine, does that mean it has to be maintained as a slate roof? The current roof is already expired for the length of a roof and it is massively deteriorating. People will put a slate roof on, it's hard to find someone to maintain it. So we are gonna look into, once we get more information, we can come back to see, okay, what alternatives are there that would provide the same aesthetics, but not cost that much money.
So that if Steve Miller would give you that contract from the family to the town. There was something about bequeathing that building to the town, and that would be.
That's the land, so the deed, I can't talk. The deed to the land requires that it always have a library. If it no longer has a library, the land reverts to the family. So there's two separates, there's the will for the library building itself, and then there's the deed to the land.
I still wanted to forward the information, because I know in the past, and it, you could be right, I just remember what I hear, that it was always maintained a certain way, except for the ADA acceptable piece on the back. That was legal. But let me just give the information to you, and then have the
So,
lawyers read it
If
over.
there's a contract, we do not know about a contract.
Maybe
We
this-
have referred the deed
Mhm.
and the will over to Mitchell Municipal Group and asked Inspector Morgan and Joe Driscoll to take a look at it.
But if there's something else that Stephen Powell has from that building.
Then please send it, yeah.
So has the roof ever been replaced before?
No, this is the original roof that it was built with in 1924. Slate roofs last about 100 years, which we've passed that.
So you're asking for 300,000?
That-
Quoted or is the actual price?
That is the quote,
Okay,
and it's 5 years of maintenance, and then,
What was the maintenance price?
I'm sorry, what?
The maintenance for the 5 years, what was the price? I'm just curious.
So in the last 100 years, 5 years, it's not gonna nothing happen.
Exactly.
Well, you can do 10 years.
Or none.
Well, I'm just curious, I have lots of questions about that. Like, what are they gonna do for 5 years?
Exactly, that's my concern, so that's why we're getting the will reviewed, the documents reviewed, because it's not gonna last, and if we're required to keep a slate and we can't maintain it, we're not gonna have a library, the land reverts.
No, I
The town
totally
uses
get
the
that
library,
part.
So,
And if we get a metal roof that looks like slate,
Right,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sure,
what?
I'm just sure you can do that.
Well, that's a thought.
Well, but
what did you say?
$40,000.
get a slate with a metal roof that looks like slate.
That's what I do want to find quotes on that, so I have someone coming to give us alternative prices.
so does that mean like, not to say that you're gonna, a new library built, but if you were to build a new library, would it have to be brick and slate?
No. This particular library, what Aaron Cutler donated the funds, and his stipulation, it had to be built of brick and slate, constructed of,
At the
So-
point of construction.
and it was constructed of that, so now it's, how do you interpret it now when a roof can no longer,
Somebody needs to field that shield of CYA, I think. If we're gonna change anything.
so that's why I'm going through and getting
Yeah,
everything
no,
like that, and that's why she said she'd send over any other documents that she had, so that we can make sure we review everything.
And I'm not trying to halt this at all, but because it's way cheaper and legal, of course. Because you're now on the historic register for New Hampshire, you do qualify for some grants. I know the state's cutting back a lot, but just keep that up in mind, right?
Yeah, you did mention that. I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Oh, not,
To
yeah, but at
re-
least something for everything on the list.
Right, and right now, we have a leak problem. So it's got a bit, it's not huge at the moment, but it could very easily become that. So,
So is this something we should table until we get an answer from legal?
well, this particular request for the roof
Mhm.
is based on the slate estimate, so I can get other estimates if we get approval, and it will come in far, far, far less. But I'm feeling the urgency because,
You
we
don't
need
get
to
wet.
get it done. Yeah, this is a library with books and,
No, 100%. I just think, to Brian's point, I think if everybody else hadn't said it, I think they're all thinking it, like, $300K for repairs.
you could build us an addition.
Exactly. Or take care of like a lot of the other things that have been requested for the library in the
Yes,
past.
that too.
And I'm pretty sure a metal roof in its entirety is not gonna be that much.
No, I can't imagine it would. I'm hoping to meet with someone this week to give us an estimate.
Well, considering that this has been referred to legal counsel, with the deed and the will, it might be good to perhaps table it, to another meeting.
So does that mean that tabling it doesn't mean that I lose out?
No,
No, you don't lose
it's
out.
not- we won't take it off. I think what we're trying to do is build space for the analysis and the feedback
Okay,
from the attorneys, and then you to get an estimate on.
And
metal.
if there's any
Closed
outstanding contract that needs to be
Right.
provided to the town, that'll be the opportunity right
Okay.
now to
Yeah.
to take care of that and have it reviewed and whatever needs
So
to be done.
would this be priority one for you?
It would,
Okay.
yes.
So,
Wet books are bad books, Brian.
so regardless, I mean, of slate or steel or asphalt, you still need a roof and it's your top priority.
Yes,
So that's what it comes down to. And
Yes.
Just get clarification on the other part of it.
yes.
So we can just add it to the line as a placeholder for you.
Okay, so we'll put that as a placeholder. Anything else from the library this evening?
The other items we have on there, if I can just tell you, I would prioritize them differently, like the second item would be the security cameras.
And what is the issue with the security cameras?
So we don't have any.
Oh, okay. That's,
Have you had
I
any
guess that's an
issues?
issue.
Excuse me?
Have you had any issues?
A few years ago, we had somebody break in, while someone was there. As far as other things, there's a lot of activity around the building at night, but thankfully it's a library, so I don't think somebody's looking for their money in there.
And do you have
But it's also, I don't know. I think it would be a safer thing to have the library to be able to have that. The third would be the flooring, carpeting, vinyl, stair tread. And then the fourth would be, the mobile bookshelves for the children's room.
And do you have any quotes for any of those?
When they were submitted, I don't think they had quotes. See them on here.
security cameras.
The security cameras might have had quotes, yeah. Let me
I
look.
think the carpet had a quote last time. too.
Yeah,
I had to pull up papers.
the sheet that I have doesn't have the amount on it, Kim.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way it hit us last time, did it? It came in a different way. I think it was verbal.
Well, the irrigation, I recall they got a quote for.
Yeah, that I'm not thinking, we can take that off. That's,
And you have something for ADT. Is that-
ADT had a quote.
Yeah, they did. Right.
$10,152 with $35 a month.
I didn't know that. Like I said, I'm still trying to catch up with all the other pieces, so. And it's been very helpful.
She has an estimate on the carpet, 12.5 here, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not attached or anything.
Right.
I'm sorry, did you say ADP was $10,000 for cameras?
10,000?
Installation.
Is that a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
get
mean,
a
you
couple
could
of ring
simply
cameras,
say
they'll
for
cover
like
it.
right.
$200.
Get two for $500.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Really? They quoted 10 grand?
I think we
Says
did the whole
upon
school for less than
signing-
that.
That's probably, is that like alarms in the windows and.
What's that?
I feel like we yeah, but they're not gonna be able to
Yeah.
put, they're gonna have.
Put all the
outside
cameras
cons.
around home.
We have
Into that-
a lot
into that
for
building.
doors.
We had cameras every year.
Is it, so it's wired already? It has wiring in it somehow?
For the doors,
Okay.
I don't think the windows are, just the doors.
Because
Who are you
more,
guys? Who's the quote?
more
Who's the quote?
bullet cameras.
ADT?
ADT.
So they're talking about alarming all the windows and stuff like that?
Bullet, yeah, it looks like it is.
Alarming the windows and then having the
Yeah.
CCTV for.
So that's more than just the cameras. Now we're gonna alarm all the windows.
8 channel NVR 4K.
That's slightly different.
Yeah.
They get, these are pretty, well, there's one of those.
Bullet cameras. don't
But it says advanced AI built with PoE. I'm like, okay. Do we need a
Gotta put that in
Terminator
now.
camera for the library?
Oh, no, but it is.
They're all
Magic
doing
wands.
that.
It
They're-
looks like they're doing high
A raccoon
speed
disguised as a
internet.
bobcat.
We have Comcast for our internet. I believe that's the same as the town.
Yeah, unless it's some
The-
kind of
I mean, the
direct-
person to look at this would definitely be John Grinnell,
Okay.
who has installed all the cameras most
Mhm.
recently at there, but,
So,
probably,
600 feet of Cat 6 plus.
probably could be cheaper.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't give a quote. I'm just looking at the materials inventory. One 8-channel 4K with advanced AI built in. And then there's a 4 megabit camera with AI on it. 2 different dome cameras. And then, they're trying to put in conduit too. So yeah, they're trying to treat it like a data center. Definitely have John to look at this,
Yeah.
because that looks excessive.
Overbuilt
It's low
would be the
voltage
term.
cable, you don't need to do all that crazy crap, but I don't know, I'm not familiar with the inner structure of the building, so I don't wanna over speculate, but
Mhm.
it sounds fishy to me.
Yes, well,
Okay.
that's very helpful when you have people you can ask what it needs. 'Cause
Right.
it's like, you get to me.
Once upon a time, I used to pull low voltage cables,
So,
long time ago.
and the irrigation can come up.
The irrigation can come off, yep.
Okay. Now, do you want it to come off or do you wanna have it on? I don't know if we wanna keep it on the plan or something as a placeholder or something, is that what?
Honestly, the bigger thing that we would need to put there is a French drain.
Okay.
Because the building is having seepage issues. And I've heard that's very expensive.
I see.
Is it part of the roof estimate, something with gutters or anything?
Yes.
Okay, because the gutters can cause that problem and you might not need a French drain. I don't know, but
Yeah, I had a few, building inspector look at it.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, you need a different drainage system because of the way the building was built on, and the slope of the land.
so French drain or regrade.
Number 4, we don't have a quote for mobile bookshelf.
Did you find a carpet one?
Yeah, 12.5.
What was it?
12.5.
That's,
And we do, are holding some of the carpet together by duct tape at this point.
Is that the whole building carpeting? You know how many square feet it is, both floors?
We don't-
yeah, because the whole thing's not carpet, though. There's some of it's like tile or vinyl or something.
Yeah,
I just wonder how many,
and we have spots where we have this ancient intake valve that takes up probably this much room and different vents in the floors.
like a lot of money.
Hmm?
$12,000. Sounds like a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah, and I can't speak to the old quotes because I wasn't here.
And do we have the quote? I know we have a dollar amount, but that's,
But that's not just carpet though, that's carpet, vinyl, and the stair tread, right?
Yes.
just listed as carpeting.
But I thought the last time they said it was just the flooring encapsulating all of that. But it's been a bit, so,
It is on the flooring.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
and I would suggest if they're going to look at a municipal building, library, anything of that sort, you look at squares. Go to a square system
Yeah,
because
You can
only
replace
certain
sections.
areas have
Yeah.
high traffic volume,
Yeah.
and you just rip that up and you put a new square down.
Oh, 100%.
Um,
Look around, bring it.
Town hall,
That's
town
right, it's
hall
carpet-
wasn't
carpet
done that way
leggings.
either, and it really should have been.
No, that's right.
Just a question, do people in town, or do you know, are you aware that people in town donate monies to the library? Or is that a rarity?
It's a rarity,
Okay, I was just curious.
and if it's done, it's, I think the biggest might have been $1,000.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, it's usually like they want to go to the children's room for the books. or the
Right.
dogs or something.
Okay. Anything else for the library? Is that-
Oh, I could give you a whole lot more.
I'm sure you could.
But that would be it.
Okay,
So do we have estimates for these either items? They're just not in the portal?
They were submitted, when, Kim? Like the end of last year?
Actually, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, because they didn't submit last year.
Yeah, so last year they submitted these same things
Yeah.
and
Just,
I think it was the
just
year
to
before
persist
they
in
were new
plan.
requests.
okay.
Um,
I would think any quote 2 years old is expired anyway at this time.
right, but last year the chair
Couple of
of
these
the
quotes.
trustees came to us and asked us to put them on hold. And so we did, and we didn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
At her request, but.
So should we get new quotes for all of these items?
might be a good idea, only because if they are,
Even if it just starts us off next year with a number?
Well, I think we can do that. I mean, and I think Kim's right. We should have John take a look at the security thing. He might have some alternate thoughts or suggestions around that, or integration into the other security systems. I mean, certainly the carpet, vinyl, and stair tread probably need to get that completely redone. And then there was none for the mobile bookshelves, right? And then if there's suggestions on French grade or French drain or regrading of the property or something, we probably need to get a ballpark on that, just for a placeholder.
Honestly, I don't even know who to call for that.
Kevin Brown. That's
Okay.
the word agent.
Okay. Yeah, that would be, good. We have 2 areas where it's coming right in through the, cement.
Yeah, so he has a few vendors that we work with.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wanna look at the stormwater infrastructure around the library at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can look at the grade too. I mean, they might not have to do French drains. Like, I haven't seen it, but They might be able to just regrade the lot.
But Kevin will.
Exactly. No better.
You can come to the library.
Are there gutters on the library?
Plus I asked too, because that can cause that problem too, depending on how bad they are.
They're 100 years old, they're a problem, probably.
You guys fishermen, we're gonna have fish and stuff in the fall.
Yeah,
Trying to get everybody.
that's right.
Well, I don't wanna go in there in a boat to get that.
Afternoon.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fly fish at the library and in the library.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. Well, any other questions?
But we think these other items on the list, the new service desk. remodel.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, that one, I think was number 4.
Okay.
I had 1 was roof, 2,
Security,
3
3 carpet.
carpeting, 4 shelving.
Yeah.
Then we have this, I'm looking at the spreadsheet that was in the portal.
So the one that covered the freestanding shelves for the children's room also had these service desk upstairs.
Oh, so that.
That was
those two
combined?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
that was a combined.
I'll actually put that together. And the
So
security,
there should be 4
Yeah.
quotes.
Okay.
John.
And we'll just leave the drainage one for whatever outcome Kevin gets.
And I guess maybe add the roof at some point, or?
So I just added it to the spreadsheet.
Okay.
You might not see it on your portal, but I'm updating it as we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's on that up.
Control.
Well,
So you should have a total of 4 then now, including the roof?
And what about that last one, remodel director's office break?
Yeah, she had the
So
remodel.
all 3 of those are combined then? The shelves, the service desk, and the remodel of the director's office?
she might not have that on her sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have.
Yeah, the remodel of the director's office and break room, supply room are separate from shelving and service desk.
Okay, so that'd be done
What she was looking for with that one.
with that.
Furniture maybe?
No, she was actually looking to, you know how there's the closet part? To open that room up and make it into a true office.
Oh, okay.
But I don't understand how she was gonna make it into a supply room as well, unless you put up a temporary, unless you put up a wall. But that room isn't big enough to divide.
No, I think you can take that one off because I don't, of all the things we need done at the library, I'm not very concerned about that. And the bigger issue in that room is all the water damage from the cement coming through. And actually, I have somebody over there fixing it this week.
Okay, so it's, I'll just put a line through so that it's there, but it's right.
Mm-hmm.
So the new service desk for upstairs is separate from the service desk and the shelving in the children's room.
No, it's the same. There's the same, it was priority ranking 4 in 2024. And it's got the remove current shelving in children's room, install mobile shelving, remove existing upstairs service desk, and install new service desk.
Okay, so that's,
So they should be listed separately, I would think,
Yeah.
not together.
so I'll just put,
Break them apart.
is it shelving in the children's room?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna change.
Yeah, we need the mobile shelving in there so that she can move them when we have story hour, cause it's very crowded right now.
Not sure if you're seeing.
Yeah, but that combination there might have been a byproduct of the ceiling that we were
No,
encouraging,
you're not.
Ceiling in
the price ceiling,
I can. but
Oh,
I-
I
put it on the ceiling.
I can- I'll refresh it tonight.
Okay.
I see the changes, Ken.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing wrong with accuracy, Ken. How do people argue that? I know the answer.
Okay. Anything else for the library?
No,
Okay. Well, thank you very much
thank you.
for your information. We'll wait to hear about the roof piece. So, thank you. Okay. I guess we'll move on to Conservation Commission. Matt Hoffman is here. He's the chair of the Conservation Commission for the town of Litchfield. Welcome, Matt. So we have the floor.
Sure. So we just have one item, and it's kind of an ongoing item that we have for every year. Just an item for the purchase of land to have for conservation land. One thing I should have put in is that we'd also like to be able to apply it to easements as well, because that may be a better option for us for a lot less money. So the request is $2 million spread over a six-year period. It's basically just
The same.
same. No changes.
Same as
from
last
the
year, right?
Previous years, yeah.
And the year before.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
And one note, we did close on the DeRocher property today, so that's finally done.
It's been a long process.
Yep.
Yes.
Did we look at the warrant article? The warrant article to create the fund.
For the to lease the land to the farmers. Is that what you're asking?
No, the warrant article that created the land fund. So that would have, the warrant article would have said what it can be expended for. And if that
Oh, okay.
warrant article said that it could be used for easements, then it can. Pretty sure the RSA does. I'll double check it, but I'm almost positive the RSA does. And if the warrant said it as well, which should have quoted the RSA, then you'd be good on that.
Okay.
Regardless of what the CI said.
But you change this to say and easement, right? Once it's valid, instead of saying land purchase fund.
Well, it's called the land purchase fund.
Yeah, that's the name of the fund.
Yeah, not, it's the name of the fund, not what you're expending it for.
Right.
But I would say, so you're saying the warrant article, you thought you said land purchase fund?
I thought the warrant, I thought the warrant article said this, so. No.
But the RSA used for easement was what was quoted in the language of the warrant article, then it would cover easement as well, no?
No, warrant article is the town law, it's whatever you.
I don't recall what it was.
I don't recall either, so.
So I know, like a few years ago, there was different particular parts of the land that you guys had your eyes on and hope for. So it's always been $2 million. So I'm just curious. I mean, are you looking for an amount of acreage, or are you just looking to spend $2 million and get as much as you can?
We're looking to have $2 million as an option, right? So we've put together a land preservation strategy, which if everybody hasn't read it, I encourage you to do so. That just says, you know, the goals for the land that we want to acquire, the priorities for it, you know, based on, we keep it updated based on the recent town surveys and stuff. So we have a pretty well-defined checklist that goes through to decide which properties make sense for us to purchase. So I obviously we don't want to spend a lot of money, but we want to try to get the most bang for the buck. So we have lands prioritized based on like access to water, access to nature. You know, we don't just want to buy landlocked plots of land because we can get them for cheap that we can't provide access to. So we want to be able to make sure we're providing that the benefits to the town with it.
Is that on your website, on the? Portal?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a link to it.
We got a draft of it before.
Yeah, and there's in the whatever this CIP form is, I put a link to it in there as well. So that should be fully accessible.
Yeah, I remember they gave us a brief on it
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want, we'd be happy to come and presentation on that.
Anything else, Matt, for conservation?
No, that's it. Our one and only.
Short, sweet.
Any other questions?
So, I have to make a comment back on the library just quick.
Yeah.
Just stepping up a higher view. It's really, you have a roof and water problem, is what I'm hearing. It's just really, the building it's vulnerable right now.
Yes.
Yeah. That just hit me, but when I look at the two big things you're looking at. Right. Let that continue.
You finding anything, Kim?
There's only 92 warrant.
Oh, that's all? Oh, okay.
You had them done like 10 minutes ago, right?
Or the purchase of
Okay.
land or anything else, so.
All right, got it. Mhm.
Well, so no, we have something to keep you busy, right?
Thank you, Brian.
Okay. All right, well, I thank you, Matt, for coming in and
Thanks, Matt.
All right, welcome.
information. Same to the library again. Thank you. I'm gonna move on the agenda. Item E is the bylaw discussion. I think from the last meeting, there was a motion that was made to leave the bylaws unchanged, but it was agreed. From what I understand, there was discussion. The legal counsel indicated that the projects not on the CIP could not collect impact fees. So there was a clarification sought on responsibility for determining inclusion, with the select board making the final decision. And I know that there was a discussion about the $50,000 threshold, what we wanted to do with that. If we wanted to increase it, keep it the same. And I think Peter Plansky, I don't think you were at that meeting.
I was not.
And I think we waited, we kind of deferred it till we had a full member board to talk about it. So I think we wanted to get some input from other members.
So my first question would be, how did this come up?
Well, I think Kim Kleiner had brought it to our attention.
Normally in the gallery.
So, it came
But now this is
because
not as obvious.
there have been a couple of requests to the selectmen for
You want-
use of impact fees.
Mhm.
And so we have forwarded those to legal counsel, as standard practice, to make sure that they were acceptable uses. And in one of the questions that legal asked of me was, are they on the capital improvement plan? And both were not. And legal said they will put together a, letter, but, which I have not received yet, because this attorney's in court. But that anything that is using impact fees should be on the capital improvement list, because ideally the capital improvement list feeds your impact fee ordinance. So it's not that they're separate. You have to have a capital improvement committee, you have to have a capital improvement plan in order to have impact fees at all. The capital improvement plan is supposed to feed your impact fees, what you're collecting them for.
Wasn't the other part of the conversation that the $50,000 threshold, the library generally couldn't meet? So what we said in the bylaw was to change it to $50,000 or it being on capital
It would
improvement
be 50K or projects requiring impact fee funding or
Right.
impacting that funding.
Mhm.
So that this would give us our or case that we've been discussing for the past couple of years about that threshold and how to best balance it. And I think that was the discussion last meeting when you guys weren't there, was if we want the impact fees, they have to be documented on the plan. So if we were to say, okay, well, 50K or it could produce impact fees allow it to be on the plan.
Okay, so not to be lawyer-like when we have lawyers in the room, does it say must have or should in the requirement? Because what we've seen this year, and correct me where I'm wrong, Kim, because I'm sure I will be wrong, the couple instances that we've had this year where we've used impact fees, I think for the dump, right, for the transfer station. That was, those
The
were
highway department,
highway
yep,
department, right?
yep,
So
yep.
that was not on the
Same thing.
CIP,
That was not,
right? There was something else, the second,
voting machines.
voting machines, thank you, that were not on there. So if we make it a requirement and we have a pressing or urgent matter that we then cannot use impact fees for, we're tying our hands. So there has to be some sort of out.
Well, I think there is. I mean, I can't even find a value in the current bylaws.
So if we, in the town, in the zoning ordinances, there is a whole section on impact fees.
Oh, is there?
But if the lawyer does come back and say it has to be on the plan to be approved,
Mhm.
so, because we're sitting at the board of selectmen, do we approve it, do we not approve it, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not on there, could we just make it a policy, standard policy? So if you look at the zoning ordinances, they kind of refer back to this group, but they don't really say anything in particular.
Yeah. But where did the threshold come from?
I think the
That was
problem
us.
is-
That was us,
Yeah.
like 3
Yeah,
years.
But it's not in the bylaw, so where does it live though, I guess, is my question.
That's because their budget's so small, they'll never hit.
No, I understand that.
50,000 was this committee.
Correct.
There's
Right,
nothing in
But where is it documented, I guess, other than our brains?
And,
That's the
and the bylaws, that's it.
Well, that's
It's not in the bylaws. I'm looking at it.
I don't see anything in the bylaws.
I read them earlier because I just wanted to double
I
check.
don't see it in here. Does anybody see it?
I don't know. I don't see anything about a 50K minimum in here. This is all about election of officers and
Yes.
the fact that there is an
Oh.
RSA that we have to have this is subordinate to the
I wish,
select board.
I wish Jay was here.
Yeah.
Because, so let me explain how we got to the impact fee. So in 2023, NRPC updated the impact fees for us, right? The methodology, the amounts, all of that.
Yeah.
That was our new impact fee schedule. When they do that, they go to your capital improvement plan and they take those projects that have been outlined as the needs.
Hmm.
They go through to make sure that they are valid use of impact fees, and that's how they
And then they
calculate what you're
them.
going to collect off
Interesting.
of the dwellings that you're building.
Hmm.
Right, so different dwellings have different amounts attached to them. But it's from the capital improvement plan and the list of the needs of
Right.
of the town. So if it's not on the capital improvement plan, you're probably not collecting impact fees for it, so therefore you shouldn't be spending them.
Don't we collect impact fees based on the different values, right? So the school has impact fees, the town has impact fees. We don't have to have something to use it on before we can collect it, correct?
No, you have, so if you look at the 2014 BCM model, which I can get everybody, I think we should actually put it on our website.
They need to understand the value target to
Right,
set
you
the
have,
value of the
you
impact.
have to have an idea of what the town's needs are going forward, and you generally go forward 5 years at a whack.
Mhm.
Right, Michael's shaking his head, so you know.
Yep.
You prepare a list of what the projects are over the next 5 years that you want those dwellings that are moving in to help fund, because they're not paying taxes for those projects. So you're confirming a value that you need them to help with for those projects, but it is on a specific list of projects. It's not, I don't know how else to say it, I go help me out.
I guess for
It's-
me, that doesn't make a lot of logical sense. We don't know what we're gonna need,
No, it's based on our plan, our 6-year plan.
Yeah.
okay?
And then they
It has to-
basically
I think it has
they
to remain.
project it out 5 years at some prorated value for those properties on that rate that the builder has to cover in order for them to finalize all their stuff. So basically, they're collecting at the same rate they would be collecting from the town, or a diminished rate or a prorated rate, to help fund the future outcome of the projects.
So is
That
that
approving
math
the town.
somewhere?
What's that?
Is that protocol or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna,
Well-
what I will
It's in
do
the
is I'll
RSA's.
send everyone the 2014, which was
Okay.
really done by BCM, that's your real document that really outlines the process from beginning to end. And then in 2023, NRPC's update, which was just coming in and looking at how the project list changed, right? Because now the needs of the town may be different than they were in 2014. And there was some adjustment because that's when it was decided that it was really now the elementary school,
Mhm.
right? That had become the need.
Mm-hmm.
So that was outlined in the plan and that was put into this. Then there was a request for it to become schools, not elementary, high school, middle. That was put into the plan. The reason we're not collecting that way yet is we haven't had any projects approved by planning since then. They were all approved prior to this new impact fee language being adopted. So it's by the date that they were approved by planning. So you're still collecting elementary, middle, and high school on those plans. But if a new project was to come forward tomorrow, be approved by the planning board, those impact fees would be schools, which I believe
As
was-
long as they're documented on here.
Yes, as long as the projects are documented.
So I think we need to get clarification then from legal as far as whether or not it has to be on the plan in order to spend impact fees.
Right.
And that's
that-
what
and
he was
that-
going to
Well,
draft.
it's
for
not
us.
spending, it's collection of, right?
It,
Or it ends up being
So-
collected at some point,
both,
yeah.
both, right? Collecting, you can't spend on something you haven't collected for.
Right.
And you can't collect on something
You don't.
you haven't identified as a need.
And I think that's the whole purpose of the capital improvement plan,
It is.
because that's what drives whether you're gonna get impact fees.
I think that's how it should work in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world, and there's gonna be something that breaks somewhere.
Mhm.
And that they may have
It's
to
not
wait.
gonna be on the CIP. But you may not be able to.
Tell them the following year.
So there may be emergencies, right? So, I mean, certainly things come up all the time. And I think that's where legal needs to weigh in on if an emergency comes up that isn't on the capital improvement plan. How can
How
the
does that get amended?
town, use those fees to address said.
Can I ask a question? So, we have a capital improvement plan, we have years and years of stuff on it, right, like hypothetically, and I don't know what is exactly on the plan from the school, but I know we're working on it, right, like, we're trying to do it better.
It's a 6-year window.
So, we have about $20,000 in the GMS for impact fees right now, right? Nothing on that list for GMS is gonna cost $20,000, it's all gonna surpass that by quite a bit, right? Like anything that would be on our capital improvement plan. So can we use like that $20,000 towards that stuff on the capital improvement plan, even though it's not a direct relation to the increase in the housing, if that makes sense? So like, what can we do with the $20,000? Like, we just had an air conditioning unit break in one of the portables,
It
right?
figures that this happens on the night Jay's not here.
I know back up here.
So a tangible example, we had
Try
air conditioning break in one of the portable units, right? we have portable units because we don't fit in the elementary school, right? Like, so that's part of the project that we're hoping to get done at some point is to address space, educational needs, operational needs, facility needs, all that stuff with the elementary school, right? In like June, that air conditioning broke in the portable. We ended up fixing it, right? Because we needed it fixed. But could we have used impact fees to like, no, right? So what can we use these impact fees?
Build a new school.
So we're gonna do a
Well,
public
it could be
hearing
anything
this week.
classified as an
So we're-
improvement, right?
So I think there was a good, there was, you're out of space at a school, I'm just using an
Yeah.
example. You're out of space at a school, you need additional storage space, so you're going to add, another building, another structure for storage so that you can create educational space within the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Right? Put it on the CIP user tech page. That's an example. It has to create additional capacity, which is
Okay, I
needed
get that.
for growth within
So
the
so like if we just have an idea down on us, right? Like, and we want, hey, we got this idea. Like, do we just throw it on the capital improvement plan? You know, I don't know if that makes sense what I'm asking.
If you've identified it as a need
Yeah.
and the school board agrees that it's a need, yeah, put it on the capital.
So what do we do in the case that we're in right now? Sorry, I don't
Nope,
mean to turn this all around, but just
Question.
like, we have $5,800, which I know is not the end of the world, right? That expires in November in GMS impact fees, right? $5,800 ain't building a new school, right? Like,
It's not?
it's not.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like, I don't want to give that money back, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's only so much we can do with like $5,800.
But think about,
So like, let's say use the storage idea. Let's say because we're at kind of capacity space at the elementary school, right? We're talking the elementary school, and we could. I'm spitballing off the top of my head. I put the no thought. I know.
Yeah.
But there's a little storage shed we can buy for outside, and then we can move art supplies hypothetically in there, right? And then we can use more of the art room because we're not have that space for storage in the art room. Is that something that can be done, even though that like storage shed is not necessarily on the CIP, but like the capacity of the school is? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the problem is it's not on the current year's CIP and
Yeah.
it's gonna expire in November, so it's already gone.
Right.
Had you had a shed like on there, like a Reed's Ferry shed, because you knew you had to like move for storage?
Right, so that was my next question, is when does it have to be on the
Right.
CIP to be?
I think this is,
Okay,
I think
but
this,
what
that
if-
scenario is a question for Jay.
but what is,
I mean,
the new school is already on the CIP. There was a line created last year.
So there's a
So
place.
think about, did you
and a bunch of
you
other
expend
items.
any funds for consultants?
Well, we're probably about to.
Okay,
Like,
perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the building of a new school. That
But that's
qualifies
not gonna
for
be
use
all,
of
so
impact
like we
fees.
could take, so we have our public hearing Wednesday, right? Like for pre-construction services, like we've been working on getting a bid and yeah, all this stuff, right? So we're gonna have, let's say it's about $180,000 for those services, right? Can we take this 20,000 and now apply it to this $180,000 bill that we have?
Yes, because it's towards a new school. Just like we did
Even
the
though it's not the
police
entire
station.
amount.
Right, the police, even though it's not, it can be delved out into many little pieces. Even though we needed a new police station, the new police station was on the Capitol. And we asked the Board of Selectmen, because we had an engineer work with us and design a plan. We need to pay this from impact fees, and they said yes, because it's part of the new police station. Even though the new police station isn't coming to fruition, that's on the plan, and this was a direct expense related to that. You can do that.
Not
So
to say, not to say it's gonna get approved, but you can do it.
Why,
But it's a,
so,
well, it's gonna-
request to the selectmen.
Right, it's up to the select board.
The school board
Just
approves it,
because,
sends it
what
to
would
the
be
select
like the
board.
hesitation to that?
You'd have to ask select board.
And-
They've hesitated in the past.
Okay,
I'm not gonna speak.
I'm not, I'm just like curious, I'm not like trying to be, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just like
The
curious.
board, I can't speak for the whole board, but
Yeah.
if it's on the SIP and we've collected money for you, and
Yeah.
you're trying to expand that building.
Cause I don't wanna, I, in a respectful way, I don't wanna like put anyone in an uncomfortable situation, if that's not something that like people are on board with, like, that's fine.
I can't see why they wouldn't. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because they've got.
I don't wanna say it's all the
Right,
same
all
money.
this, you know, it just happened. The fire department, have the police
I mean,
department.
I would
It's all the money that's coming to
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
raise.
but
I wouldn't worry about people's feelings asking that to the select board. That's,
That
shouldn't be a-
eligible.
that shouldn't
it's
be
a-
a consideration
plan.
if you gotta ask the
So-
question, ask the question.
That's how you have to think about it. It's a plan. It's not something that necessarily is gonna take place or come into reality. It's on that plan for the purposes is that if something comes up, it's there. And it's been documented on that plan, therefore you can consider it. So that's really what the purpose is.
So on the plan that's on the board today is just the town stuff? Where's our school stuff? Used to be part of this
I
plan,
know that.
used to be part of the same document.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to it yet. That was the update that Jay did. Yeah.
So,
That didn't have tonight's stuff on it too. Did they put it on there?
No, we're doing the.
Because when I looked at it this afternoon, it was just the stuff.
Just the town.
last-
It's just the
last
town
meeting.
right now. The school is gonna be doing that.
So like, I think we have a night, right, where we're coming.
Correct.
Right, like I think it's next month or sometime like that, correct?
15th.
September 15th.
And like we've been working on like a 30-year capital improvement plan for the district, right? And that's what we're gonna show you, right? And it's gonna be kind of continue to be a work in progress as different things come and go. Really, really simple example. We had an opportunity, like paintings on there, right? Like, cause it's anything that can happen in the facilities in the district, right? And we got some painting unexpectedly done this summer that we had some extra time to do and stuff like that. So even though it's down the road, it's now crossed off. Like, so our plan can like change, right? Like as opportunities arise, like maybe something helps with that. You know, say there's another round of safety grants, right? And we can pounce on something to do something, and then that shifts the capital improvement plan.
Yeah, Brian, that's why we meet and do this every year because
Yeah.
everyone's plan, and it's a rotating, what is it, 6 years?
Yeah, this,
So
this,
getting back to
this
impact fees.
plan is not the same as I mean, we change it every year.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like when it comes to impact fees, like they may look at that 5-6 window to establish like the fees that they're raising. But if something's in our plan for like 15 years down the road and an opportunity arises and it makes sense to use impact fees for it, is that something you can do as long as you've documented that it's a future need?
Well, we on the CIP don't disperse any of that stuff. We make recommendations on the plan. And then Jay usually does a review of the impact fees or what's
So-
value.
And at the same time, if it's something you're looking to get done in 15 years, you're not gonna put it on the plan because it's only a 6-year
It's only
plan.
a 6-year plan.
For you guys, but we try to look at like a
Yeah.
pretty long, okay.
Well, you can, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna be on
But
a
it's not gonna
CIP
be
plan.
part of it.
Yeah.
So it needs to be in the first 6
You
years.
need to
Got it.
prioritize
Yeah,
what
I got
you
it.
do.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So that job you wanna do it in 15 years and 9 years, put it on the CIP.
Right.
You'll be all set.
That's right.
so when someone comes to the board and asks if we can use impact fees, right, and we go through a set of questions, right? We know there's a need. It's just what funding do we pull it from?
Right.
Yeah.
Do we funnel from impact fees or do we try to find it another
Some
way?
of- Yeah.
So impact fees are reimbursed after what, how many years? 6 years if you didn't use the money, goes back, right?
Right.
If I go to the planning board, website here, at the bottom, there is 3 documents for impact fees, but they need to be updated because they're 2014 to 2015.
Well,
So,
that's
So
the
those
Bruce Mayberry.
Those are the ones I was
so
referring
that's the current value
to.
on there.
But I should, I'll
But
put
Jay should be
23
here.
there too, yeah.
So Jay has done something, but we do tweak the impact fees, right? And then we have to vote on them.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
if
what the
there's any
breakout
costs
is?
Go up, or, you know, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna charge, right, for the impact fee themselves.
So today, is there a formula that says, that, okay, the builder has to pay us $100,000 in impact fees? How does that get dispersed? Is there, the town gets X, this department gets this,
Yes,
chunks it all?
yes,
So
so
do you have that breakdown as to what it is?
that's the 2023 plan.
Okay,
And it's like 30 pages long, and yes, there's all types of formulas, because they're not all calculated on the same formula. So roads takes into consideration lane miles of roads you have, and schools takes into consideration pupil population and town hall. I mean, they're not all calculated the same way.
And that's somewhere on the portal?
I'm gonna send you, so she,
If you
Kim
go to the
just
planning
found,
board, you know, if you're in the town website, you go up to governance, and planning board.
I think I'm in the town website 9 times, so hang on.
He had this look, basically, he was looking for logic and consistency.
Came to the wrong board.
Well, it's not us.
So you went to governance planning board?
I'm getting
Oh,
there.
well, I was surprised at 2014 or 15.
Yeah, that's when.
and I just got the final. Here, I'm going to share it to everyone. This is the 2023.
So should
Yeah,
that,
these are the ones
should
that
that be
Jerry worked
posted
on
here?
last time.
Should that go here so people have the?
I'll put it up.
Yeah.
when we get back to my office.
So should we table as far as bylaws until we get clarification?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know we
think we
kind of
have
got
to.
thrown off the rails with the
Ah.
bylaws.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, but I think we had an interesting discussion and some good
Well, I
questions.
don't think it was bad. I just think,
No.
you know, we just need to figure out what it is, where it resides today, and should it be in the bylaws or not? If it's not documented in there today, where is it documented?
Well, I'm wondering if the reason it's not in the bylaws was.
Because we forgot?
No, I think it might be because boards change over time. I don't know, maybe that $50,000 threshold, someone else may.
I don't know, but
No, we
we
did.
talked about like it's pretty
So-
for years, so.
It's gospel.
So if we have a board of selectmen meeting and I'm not there that night, and they get this question, they're not gonna know.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna go look at bylaws, they're not gonna go look at these 3 impact fee things that.
Mhm.
It has to really be somewhere high where people can see it. You know what I'm saying, maybe we need a policy.
Well, that's
Impact
why I
fee
think
policy that says, it's not on the set general rule, blah, 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 emergencies, see the following, right? Something like that, so that they see it at a high level.
that's why I thought it would
Because
be
you'll roll off, I'll roll
helpful.
off, we'll be rolling off boards at some point.
That's why I thought it would be helpful. At the end of the day, if you get challenged on the use of impact fees, and it happens all the time across the state, it's your legal counsel, right, that's gonna defend you. So that's why I thought if a legal counsel wrote out something specific to the use, how it's calculated, what it gave the board something concrete in a document versus.
They're not gonna go look at the planning board zoning ordinances for
Right,
impact.
I think,
It's-
I think you need to have something.
it's pages long.
There is an RSA.
Right, so my concern is what does the RSA say, and if the RSA says you must, then we must, and if it says you should, we have wiggle room.
Well, there is, but I think the segmentation we're talking about is probably murky from that perspective. Like it talks pretty definitively about this board being in place as the catalyst to collect those fees. But as far as, you know, the thresholds and how we go about doing that, I
And what
think
you
that's just in different RSAs.
And I think this discussion, I think, had come up before, and I think we had discussed it, but we didn't move on it. And so I think we didn't include it into the bylaws because it was something that was ongoing.
Well, I think we all agreed that we were just gonna leave it as is,
Yeah.
assuming they were on the bylaws, but they're not.
So,
We voted on this in April, right? So we just re-up the current
Right.
bylaws.
Correct. But we can
But
also
we can
change them
amend.
whenever we
of
want.
course.
Yeah.
To include a threshold.
Mhm.
And I know, Pete, you had made a recommendation last time, how you wanted it worded.
Yeah, and I think Matt got that the last time it's in here.
So,
And I'm fine and open to have that discussion. I think, you know, for me, the fact that it's not here, I mean, talk about it like it is, and that's why I'm like almost curious to talk to Jay. Because he's been kind of defending that stance as well. I'm just kind of wondering, is that statement somewhere that you're not looking at? If it is everything in the right spot? You know, because I think, you know, to Kim's point, I mean, if this has to become a defensible thing, it has to be documented appropriately so the attorney use it as the shield to say, hey, we followed the processes legally,
Right.
how we document it in the town.
So don't get bit in the backside.
I can assure you that Jay has it documented somewhere.
Oh, no,
I'm sure he does.
That,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not saying that that's not the case, it's just, I think the consensus last time we met, that was in the bylaws, and I
Right.
read it earlier, and I'm like, it's not here.
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
I don't think we.
So, my gut tells me that Jay has elaborately put them somewhere else that can relate. Like his understanding, clarification.
Would it be in our bylaws, because we're not giving the money.
It could be in the planning
We're
boards.
setting up to collect the money.
I know, but
But we're not
that
dispersing
could be
money.
sitting in the planning board, because
Right, that's a good point.
there's two hooks for the CIP, one to the planning board and one to the selectmen. So I don't know if it went into one of those documents somewhere else. I have no idea, but Jay will know the answer, so.
Well, the
we
The
hope-
PCM study, so I think the 2014 and 2015 done by PCM clearly lays out that, impact fees are, what they can be collected for, what they can be used for, how it's, and
But that was great 11 years ago, is that still true?
well, the 2023 was done
Yeah,
by Jay, so
Yeah.
that would probably have.
any amendments or changes or adjustments to the base, yeah.
but I don't think the RSA's on impact fees have changed for years and
Well,
years and years, except this included.
Legal process under the case. But that would be in the RSA officially.
Well, because of the change to the impact fee statute, is that what you're saying?
There was a change to the impact fee statute this year to
Right.
include
With the-
DPW facilities
Okay.
or highway DPW facilities
As a valid target.
as a valid use for impact fees. That has been requested for years and years, and they just finally passed it this year.
And that might be an amended part of our six.
So I'm looking at a 2015 impact fee schedule. Is that the last time we did this? 2015?
2020.
23.
These need to be updated, they're old. and
Yeah.
money.
That one from 2015 is when Bruce Mayberry, I believe.
So
But it didn't update town hall
Yeah.
or rec. So for town hall and roads and rec, you have to go back to Bruce Mayberry's
Okay.
and he references it. So I just emailed everyone this 2023, hopefully it comes through.
that's not on the website.
So 2023
Right, that's
I don't know what-
just asking
is just a set of
for, you know.
amendments, addendums to the original document in 2015 for certain sections, is what you're saying.
Right, not all of the impact fees were updated by NRPC and
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need crib notes or something. Maybe we need
So-
ChatGPT.
We need to record these
Mine,
minutes.
right?
Exactly.
You're not the only one who comes up and, it's like you're begging for your own money, right? Nobody should feel that way, we should have a good
This is 20
understanding.
pages.
Well, it makes a lot,
You're not the only one.
no,
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Some of
doesn't
the
want to do the
rules
wrong
get-
thing and have somebody after him either.
yeah, some of the rules get, I think, complicated,
Yeah,
right?
it is
Like you said, like you feel like it's your own money, you just wanna apply it to
Mhm.
things that make logical sense for it, right? So like, yeah, so this is and you're trying to stay on top of it, and it's, in our case, like, smaller amounts, but we always need bigger things, you know, so it's like trying to make something.
I think that's a universal constant in what
Yeah.
we're doing here, to be honest.
This is interesting.
I think the practical use of it, I think makes sense when you think of it as this developer just developed these properties and people are moving in. And they're gonna move in these houses. What in the next 6 years are they actually gonna benefit from that they may not have paid taxes from, right? That's what impact fees are. They're additional
Well,
money.
from that context, if they're just moving in, they haven't paid any taxes to the town, right?
Correct.
Other than the closing.
So it's only so they haven't used anything in the past.
Right.
You can only contribute to projects in the future that they are going to be here to use. And that's how the
But it doesn't
lawyer
have to
tried
be
to
a
explain it
direct-
to me.
yeah.
If that
I think
helps.
where I've gotten tricked up, it doesn't have to be a direct result of those people moving in, right?
It has to be something to define tied to new growth. That's my understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
Or are you talking about the
Some sort of-
collection or the expenditure of those fees?
I guess both.
Because because it's different. I
No.
think the collection go on your closing statements. When you go to close, it's
Yeah, yeah,
absorbed by the
yeah,
builder and
yeah.
then shows up on your closing
Yeah.
statement. The disbursement of them, I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to
But great
explain those
point.
rules.
That's a great point, because say the developers built these houses, he's paying those impact fees, he doesn't know if and it doesn't matter, if the people moving in have kids or don't have kids, they're paying the impact fees for schools.
Mhm.
Right, so,
Right, so we may not see like, let's say 20 new houses are built, just like their impact fees gathered there, some sort of formula to assume X amount of kids are coming to the district, right?
Correct.
That are coming to the districts. It is certainly possible that there are 0 kids in those 20 houses, right? So we haven't seen anything directly related to those 20 houses in our schools, right? But we continually have facility needs, right, for one reason or another. That is the natural place to put that money, right?
Right.
Like using GMS. Improvements at GMS are not solely because there have been new developments, right?
Right.
Like that is not the sole reason why we're looking.
But
to
it
put
doesn't
something
matter
in.
anyway, because the tax is blind to that statement of kids or not. Anyway,
Right.
everybody pays it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like we should be able to apply it to these things that are not solely based exclusively on whether or not kids enter the district and stuff, right? Because if like in that scenario with like the 20 new houses,
Yes.
no kids, we wouldn't be able to touch those impact fees because no one came into our building that affected our.
But that's not even
It's
part
growth
of
of the
that's not
town,
even
not
part of the
growth of the
equation.
district.
Growth of
Right.
the town, not growth.
right, because ideally, the existing taxpayers that are paying for those projects may not have kids either.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just the
You don't collect them.
the kids have no bearing on
Right.
on the impact fees. It's the purpose
Project.
And I
intent
think
of
that's
use.
something that I was confused
Yeah.
about, that you had to tie it directly to.
Yeah, dude, every kid in there, you have to have a receipt and
Yeah.
Did your parents pay their impact fees?
Get out. You're out.
I think the hard part for me was like the rec, like
Same with library.
the tennis courts, the playgrounds,
because it
and
has
I've
to be
been
some sort of improvement.
consistently told no, 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 no. And I'm like,
See, I find that I believe you, but I find that weird because those are public. Like, let's take our playground at GMS, right? Anyone can go use that playground, right? Like, it is available for anyone to use. You would think if the town is expanding, the use of that playground is increasing, right? Like, that's not a crazy conclusion.
Brian is very stuck in a logic bubble that makes no sense.
but
I wasn't
the-
asking you. But I did.
Radical ideas. over-
Yes.
and that's where I think the BCM report explains it so much better, because if the town hasn't put in money to maintain those existing things over the years, then you can't put in new people's money either.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's
the
a
play-
repair and it's
But a
not
playground could show up in a capital improvement plan, right?
a new playground.
Yeah. And that you
Or-
could
or-
apply.
Or
You know,
repairs.
Can repairs show up? Yeah, so that makes sense.
So then you could apply it.
So
Like if we had
Wow.
playground repairs in our capital improvement, right? Like we could then in theory apply the impact fees to that.
How to expand it.
No?
We'd have to
See, I don't
expand the playground.
You have to add a swing.
You
Read
need to sit down with Jay.
Yeah. we need
You really need to sit down with Jay because I mean
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so nuanced.
It's
But I think we got it.
Put it to repair.
to the stores. Yeah,
On,
I
I gotta
would think so.
on things we've had
Thank you.
already.
Oh, you're
Right.
taking off?
Yeah.
Hey, just
So-
before we
You taking it off?
close, and anybody who stayed with us to watch, there will not be a new school on the ballot this year.
It's not a new.
It's not a new school.
Full disclosure.
It's not a brand.
Somebody sounds, well, I'm not even gonna say.
Okay.
I was just
So you
saying.
make a motion.
Good night, Brian. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. How about
Get a
that?
second public.
Wait a minute, hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
Oh,
Brian doesn't.
I know, like I said, we went off the rails a little bit. So I guess what we're gonna do is, when Jay gets back and joins us, we can have a further discussion about how you wanna amend bylaws, that threshold issue.
if that's an appropriate place
If
to
that's
put
a
it.
place to put it, so. So we'll table that discussion.
But he was here last time we talked about it, so.
Yeah, and I think he
I think he agreed,
agreed, yeah.
but he can say it much more eloquently
He can,
than I
yeah.
can.
So what we think is it's in there somewhere, we just don't know where on the website it is.
I don't think it's there yet.
I'm gonna put up the 2023, but I did
I
email
don't think it's
him.
on the website.
Yeah, I saw it come in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we just, we gotta find the resting place of that information, I think.
every single thing.
Okay. So I have our second public input this evening, as item F, but I don't believe we have anybody from the public, there's no more public input. So I will close public input at the second public input this evening. Is there any other business this evening that anyone wants to talk about?
Rec is coming on
Oh.
the 15th
Okay,
for school, if you don't mind.
Of September.
They couldn't make it this evening and they have party.
yeah, I think something like that, I may not have to go to share number. So the school will be presenting at the next
So this one.
hearing or meeting.
Yeah.
And on the 15th here at the fire station.
That's changed.
All right.
It's.
Anything else from anybody? All right, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I already put it out.
You did? Oh, okay.
Second.
All right, already put it out, seconded.
It was-
All
it
those
was
in favor?
something-
Aye.
Yeah.
I think so
Okay.
too.
Motion passes 4-0-0. All right, thank you everyone for joining us this